Yes, hi everyone. Thank you for following Obed Ben and Youth Platform Africa. Yes, I've had a lot of requests that my media time is always limited, so I've decided to have always these uh, broadcasts so that we can learn, enlarge the matter, go into the details, get new ideas, and it is happening every Tuesday, every Thursday, and other days will be communicated. But what we are doing is knowing the depth of business, knowing the art of doing business, becoming rich when we are still young. So, dive with me today into the big controversial topic. Many people say it is passion that leads the math. Others say it is hard work, while others say it is smart work. Let's see, what is passion? How does it play? What role does it have in the art of business? And also, let's see, what does it take for me to, is it really passion? Do we have more than that? Do we have less than that? Or it is passion that carries it all? Passion is the topic today, and we are going to see how does it vary in line with proficiency or efficiency. Does passion increase proficiency? And how do we get better in a very short period? I personally have a lot about passion. But I am this person who doesn't believe in passion. I really don't believe that you have to do what you love, especially if you want to become a big man. Um, what you love, sometimes we want to become what we don't know. So let me ask you, uh, how can you become, how can you love someone you don't know? Like, I love God so much. If you love God, you must have reference to the people that you know. But you can't love God if you hate the people. So you're loving God because of the people around you. You're loving God because of the good things that you have gotten through the people around you. Because God does not directly come and do wonders. So I am not a preacher of passion. I think passion is an illusion. Passion is a feed that has been put in you for a long time. Example, I did not love goats. Honestly, I actually did not love farming. And I did not love farming, not because farming was bad, but because for a very long time throughout my education, I knew farming was not my place to be. My parents told me that. You go to school, study, don't become like me. When you come home, they be like, nkakusomesa kuba mugezi. Mbwenu hata niwe, oriyaha. Nori sente nk'abandi. So, passion is a creation that we create. For example, first are you aware that you can love today something and in the evening you hate it? Have you seen people break up? Yes. That is love. They were in love, they got to the next state of marrying each other, but now they no longer love each other. So they created love, now they are creating hatred. So I think it is the logic that beats them all. Before you break up with this woman, before you break up with this business, what is the logic behind? Have you really calculated your steps very well? Have you calculated your risks? Have you calculated your losses very well, that you're very sure that if you live here, you're not going to fail? That is how I take passion. I think passion can be multiplied. But above all, I believe in commitment. Commitment brings passion. Actually, you can't do what you love and become rich. Who loves hard work? Let's be honest. Who loves hard work? Sleeping at 1 a.m. then waking up at 5. Who loves that? Everyone wants to go at the beach and... But even the people that create beaches for us don't sleep at the beaches. They don't eat that fish every time they want. No. Sometimes they are too busy to eat or think about the fish even. So no one, I want to go. I was a movie guy. I loved football so much. Now, how would I on earth become a rich man in Africa, in Uganda, through football? Like who? So it is not gonna happen. It is not easy for you to become a rich man doing what you love, especially in countries like ours. But it is very easy to develop passion for the very thing that you're doing, even when it doesn't look beautiful. Actually, most of the businesses are ugly. Hey, do you know what I have to go through to rear goats? Assuming I'm the one doing it myself, just the same way I'm doing. I have to clean every day, 2 times. Goats fall sick. Sometimes I have to touch into those wounded or swollen, rotten pus. I touch in the pus. The goat is producing, you have to touch there. You don't put on gloves because there's no time for gloves. You touch the kid, you pull it. Sometimes you put in your arm, pull. It's nasty. But I do it with passion, I do it with care, I do it with love. Simply because I have developed passion for the business. But I would want to do a movie. I have my popcorn. I'm watching a movie. So as a nigga is killing people. I am watching an action. I am seeing this Tom Cruise is doing the Mission Impossible. I want to watch football. I want to watch Arsenal taking... Does Arsenal even take the cups these days? I don't know. So I want to watch, but that... Okay, I want to help people. Actually, that is sincere, like from me. I love to help people. How do you make it a business? How do you make helping people a business? I want to do that. I want to see buying clothes. I give to people. I give them food. Mberendi yao, omuntu agabe mpayo mutwalo muetano. How do you make it a business? I have passion for that. But I have to use something that will help me do that sometimes. So don't confuse. Don't see people singing and you think that is all they do. That they are successfully in their businesses of singing simply because they have passion. Everyone has passion. But they have to give in extra commitment. It is commitment that binds the success. Every successful guy you'll ever see is committed. If you're committed, you look for every skill that will help you go there. I am one of the most committed people. Yes, I might be committed at wrong things. That is why I'm not the richest. But the few things that I've committed myself to are not the way they used to be. They are much better. Every day I see a growth. This year alone, we have Mbuzi Choma. This year alone, we have Gomba office. This year alone, we have Masaka office. And this year alone, we had 1,000 people at Sheraton. This year alone, we had 37,000 people at Kororo. So, last year, we had both events. In one of the events, we had 1,000 and the other one we had 7,000. Now, the one that we had 7,000 has multiplied times almost 5. And I don't give this to passion. This is far better, it's far bigger. Passion is just a small token. It's like motivation. You can't do great things out of motivation. No, motivation is just like wano wagulu waliwo mbuzi bajita sizzling. If you buy, you come here and you ask for sizzling meat. They bring meat on a musto, but down there is fire blazing. But this fire only blazes for about 1 minute or 2 minutes. So motivation is like that blazing fire for our meat at Mbuzi Choma. It keeps you for a day, maximally 2 days. You cannot grow big because of motivation unless you keep taking the pills. But commitment takes you very far. So when you're committed, you look for skills. And one of the biggest skills is marketing. Hey, never nag. Olabanza ow'embuzi nange nji marketinga. Kate gwatunda sabuni. Olaba omuntu atunda soda. What do we need every day? Salt. What do we need every day? Clothes. What do we need every day? Houses. People advertise all of that. And for you, what are you selling? Manure. People don't need manure every day. Especially the uptown people. They are busy looking for mechanics for their cars and for their ACs. So, marketing cuts across. I don't care what you do. Even if you're Mutula Kungo, you need to to advertise. One wise man told me that that not marketing to save money is like stopping your own watch. Omanyi esawa zino bosika akantu kano. Someone told me that you not advertising to save money is like stopping your own watch to stop time. You not advertising to save money is like stopping your own watch to save time. Kate sawa njisibye nja kujisumulwa nga waisewe sawa 2 njisange ngekyali ku sawa 4. Your watch will be at sawa 4 but the real time will be at sawa 7. That is how important advertising is. Advertising is like life to businesses. People buy for 3 things or partner with you because of 3 things. 1, they know you. 2, they trust you. And 3, they need you. 1, your need for something only grows because you know it. Pito tokategedde. Have you ever fell in love? Have you?
Yes.
Did you fall in love before you saw that person?
With them, no.
Have you heard of people who kill themselves after they have been chucked?
Yes.
Why do you think they kill themselves?
Because of the time they spent with those people.
Because they feel they cannot be or live without those people. But do you know that they once lived without those people? Now, that is exactly what I'm talking about. People cannot need you or cannot love you or trust you unless they know you. You get?
Yes.
And how would they know you? Advertising. How do they trust you? Advertising. So, if you advertise for the first time, they get to know you. The second time, they understand you. The third time, they trust you. The fourth time, they feel they need you. That is why I was in primary 1, Coca-Cola was advertising. Even today, It is advertising. It doesn't want people to know it right now. It keeps the trust. The day I watch TV from morning to evening and Coca-Cola is not there and it goes for a month, I be like Coca-Cola Yagwa, even if the supply is still the same. So as we plan, we should learn those skills. Those are more important than just passion. I've seen doctors who hate what they're doing, but they do it simply because they have commitment to saving lives. I've seen teachers who hate teaching, but they have taught us successful people. They have taught doctors. They have commitment. So when you have commitment, you look for how to make lives better, for efficiency. You look for productivity. You look for out competence. You want to outcompete everyone. If I'm committed to becoming the greatest goat farmer, I'll make sure I am the greatest. Or else I am not in goat farming. So, commitment to who you are, commitment to greatness is much bigger than just passion. There are many times I felt like giving up, but commitment brought me back. Commitment is like an agreement you do with God or yourself that I will do this. For example, I left my father's home in 2004, came to Kampala in a disagreement. Me and my father had not agreed. So we had a quarrel. I left when he was still talking. And he told me these words to the back of my head. When I was leaving, he was talking. He said, you have left my home with that pride. You will come back kneeling. Those were his words. I heard every word and kept every word. But nevertheless, I continued moving. So when I go to Kampala, I was committed to die than go back and kneel for my father. You know, parents do a good thing. He named me Rukuringama Manzi. Rukuringama Manzi means the roller of heroes in mud. Pinto is a hero. I don't want ordinary people. You bring only heroes. Then when they get to me, I'll show them how to roll in what? So my father was now a hero. I was rolling then. I was believing in the name he put on me because I had decided to be better than him. The disagreement actually started from there. He wants me to do what he thinks is right. And I'm like, if what you're telling me is right, why have you not done it and become what I want to become? You're who you are and I don't want to become like you. I want to be better than you. So it means I have to do automatically better than what you're doing. We do not have time to make each other understand. And we agreed to disagree. I left. So when I got here, things turned so bad for me. Like, so bad. I felt like the prodigal son. Let me go back and just say I'm sorry. Because he was well off. He had 300 cows. He had acres of land. He's living in a home. He's feeding. I merely get lunch. I hardly got lunch. Sleeping under a culvert, under the road. Amazi Jegaita in a culvert. I don't know if it's a culvert or culvert, whatever it is. That Chugoma. Commitment told me that I am either going to go back driving or I am going to go back dead. I made that agreement and stood by that agreement, every word. And guess what? History put aside, I managed to go back driving. It was not a car, it was a bike, but still I was driving. And I managed to come to not kneel. Rather, I made him proud because I came and showed him a 3 double bedroom house. a Mizigage double bedroom. 3 double bedroom. I had built them. He did not build a house in Kampala. Up to today, he doesn't have it. I did that when I was 17. So, what I'm trying to say is, commitment has brought me up. There are times I've so much suffered with the pressure that the YPA community brings on me. I have a lot of things to do. I have too much work. I sleep less. I have little time for my family. And I'm like, I have some money that I can eat on until I die. Why am I on earth suffering like this? Then as I'm planning to quit, let me get another MD to run the thing. Let me also sit aside, enjoy life. Ngenda kunyumirwa ddi. Nange ngitambuleko n'omukyala tugendeko eno tugendeko eri. Then commitment calls. I've committed to help a million people. You have merely made 13,000. You haven't even made 50% of your commitment. And now you're giving up. Who the hell are you? What? Are you a fake person? Why? How many tongues do you have? Today you want to do this, tomorrow you want to do this. Then I get back to line. I've seen times where I've spent more than I should, simply because I'm emotionally attached to the people crying their problems to me. I solved that by strategically thinking and creating the YPA charity camp. So whoever wants solutions to their problems, they want to be helped. What I do, I don't help them directly. I send them to the charity camp. And the charity camp person there has instructions to only help as much as our budget can allow. Watching. So I used to spend more than I should on charity. And sometimes you find you're solving problems partially. You're not solving them entirely. For example, someone has no food, you give them the 50,000. What will it do? But before the end of the day, you have given to 10 people. And that is 500,000 just lost. Because these people are not going to do anything. They're going to buy food that day. And what happens the following day? So in the charity camp, we are organized a bit more and we are logically solving those problems. We want to help, but we should help wisely, not just helping far. Berampango. You help what you really can, and if you can't, you take it slowly. In business, we don't work out of passion. If you're passionate about something, you're going to fall anytime soon. Because no passionate person has become the greatest in all times. Never. No. If you're passionate, it means you're going to do something someone would do if they were at their extreme. In business, we avoid all extremes. Extreme number 1 is when you're so angry. When people are so angry, have you seen members of parliament fight in parliament? That is being at the extreme. Have you heard of men beating their women? That is being at the extreme. You're angry. What have they done that really cannot be, that you can't hold? We don't bark. I don't bark at my woman. I don't bark at my employees. I never show them that I'm angry. Actually, if I'm angry, I hide. Because I know I can be messy. People on social media usually ask me, when do you ever get angry? They see me smiling. That is what I have decided to do. And you can never see me so happy. You can never. You can't. I am in the middle. Extreme number 2 is when you're too excited. I can't promise anything when I'm so excited. Actually, I don't talk. Same thing, if something makes me so proud, I go and hide in a hotel, not even at home. Because I might go and promise my wife, tomorrow I'm buying you an helicopter, look for a helipad. And before you know it, the following day I'm back to my senses and I can't afford an aeroplane. Why do I tell her? I can't come to work because I might tell my manager, you know what? I'm taking you to Los Angeles for a month. And before you come back to your senses, you calculate the trip is like 100 million. I'd be like, just kugenda mbugenzi wano. Now, if you're passionate, have you ever seen people so madly in love that they even put tattoos on their body? They do everything for their partners to make them understand how madly they are in love. A few moments later, they are like, what was I thinking? So the question, what was I thinking, comes when you're at the extremes. So passion calls for extreme. You do something you love, you'll do it extremely so hard, then it becomes a problem in your business. So develop passion, but develop commitment. Get a big goal, big purpose, then get committed to that. A dream without commitment is nothing but a fueled car to disappointment. I repeat, a dream so good, so big without commitment is like a fueled car, very well serviced, to disappointment. It is the commitment that brings in discipline. Have you had people who said, at this time I do this, at this time I do this, then they do it for a long time? That is discipline. That is commitment. I am committed to eating well. I am committed to doing this. I'm committed to helping. But if you have a big dream so good without commitment is like a very nice new car, fueled well to disappointment. So commitment is all I can give. But also commitment to a wrong purpose is a disaster. You know, you have read the Bible.
Yes.
You have heard about Saul before he became Paul.
Yes.
Saul was committed to killing God's people.
True.
And he was doing it so well. So well that even God himself was challenged. God did not send an angel. He himself came and talked to this man. This man must have been so good to bring God from above. So Saul, before he became Paul, was so much committed to doing evil. There are people today who are committed to doing evil. That is a bad thing. Then you should be visited by God the same way God visited Saul and made him Paul. So you should become Paul and get committed to doing the good, because it is the good that God has put us here for. Don't leave out a profitable business simply because you're not passionate about it. Stupid. What will you tell God? What will you explain to him? I am here, Mr. Derek. I know that business is profitable, but I don't really love it. Are you crazy? You don't do something simply because you're not passionate? It must not align with your principles. I can understand. It must not align with your purpose. It must not align with your call. But simply because you're not passionate about it? Let me get it straight. When we're dating these women, are they in love with us the first time?
Not all the time.
It is in least cases when they love us first. Most women are not even actually interested in you. Even as men, sometimes you go for a one-night stand and before you know it, you're married to that person. Why? because you're not just, passion is developed. I wonder why a woman would develop passion for a man that she did not love in the first place. But now, nagendayo mwaka gumu n'omugana, ogwokubiri n'omugana, ogwokusatu, then kati you feel this man is serious. You sympathize with him. Then you be like, let me just help him. And before you know it, you're dying for him. That is how business works. Let's just borrow those principles when you're getting married, put them in business. Simple. Don't leave out a profitable business. I see people who don't practice agriculture simply because they don't have passion. I am not in agribusiness simply because I have passion. No, actually I hated it. I have just developed to love it. When you go to Kasubi or to Nakasero, you ask whether the person who brought that matoke there is your friend. Do you ask even the name of the person selling the matoke? That is why I joined agribusiness. If you're selling cameras, you might have to talk so good for me to buy. You're selling clothes. Mama nyabo. Hey, Mr. Jebbi mubuze bya item. You're selling grand. Oh. Bumbuze natunda ko kutaka. Nakati nditunda. Nebuza CEO Infotrust omubuze bya item. Abantu ngabegayirira mugule ttaka. Ekyo bugagga kyolina. Me? Have you even had me advertise Mbuzi Choma? We are eating Mbuzi Choma every time. You just have to put nice food there, people will buy. My goats. Have you had me tell people come and buy my goats? No. Wabula, I tell you to come and participate in rearing goats because you will help me supply the market that is so big that I can supply. My demand is today so big. Actually, I'm calling on people to come and sell to me, not the other way around. Njagala banguze embuzi. Nange sobola okutunda ewaki yewalala. Nesagala bajje banguleko. Thank you for watching Youth Platform Africa. Thank you for following Obed Ben. It has been nice, and I just hope that today you have gotten the real gist of the business. It's not about passion. No. Passion helps us. It's like it's like water in the car. It's a small nut on the car. But without that nut, the car can still move. The car, you don't cruise that car because you love it. No, you cruise that car because of the purpose it serves in the business. So passion is like vendirwa, appetizer. Passion is like dessert. Passion is not the main course if it is a meal. No. Passion helps us enjoy what we are doing. But enjoyment is not the purpose of the business. We have bigger goals than just enjoyment. So whenever you're doing a business, make sure commitment is above all. Have big dreams. Then commit to do those. How do you know that you have committed to doing those things? Is by stating them and saying, I am starting now. Actually, if you are passionate but procrastinative, you're never going to arrive. Commitment requires you to start there and then. The biggest tool I have used, whether good or bad, is saying I am doing it and immediately I start on it. By the time I have lost the passion or the motivation, I have finished doing it. You get motivated on TV, on Obed Ben, on Youth Platform. The moment you get that motivation, make sure you immediately take an action. So that by the time you finish, by the time the motivation gets off your head, you have already started the action. That is how successful people go. That is how successful people do. That is how rich people get rich. That is how wealthy people keep their wealth. They decide and they take action. And that is how they move. They are committed to being better. They are committed to greatness. They are not committed to being passionate about the businesses.